there's two people, okay,
Mhm.
and they did a study, but they didn't tell these two people they were in a study. It was a controlled environment.
Ooh, I love these.
Controlled environment. First guy's a business guy, walks in to get his morning coffee, and on his way into the door, he realizes there's a $5 bill right at the door. He picks it up, he goes in, uses it to buy his coffee, right? It's like a great start to his day. He's all happy and gets his coffee and he takes it and he kind of looks around and he goes like, oh, like I think like he like sees a prominent business guy and he goes sits next to him and he starts a conversation with him and it turns out that guy works in the field that he's trying to sell to. He's a salesman, right?
Mhm.
And then he makes a new business connect.
Yeah.
And in his morning, he got free coffee because he found money by the door and he made a new business connection.
Yeah.
And that was the first person. Second person, businesswoman. She walks in, walks right past the $5 bill, doesn't see it, orders her coffee, gets her coffee, sits down right next to the same businessman, and doesn't say anything, walks out, nothing happens. Okay?
Yeah.
Two very different situations.
Of course.
Now, what was the big difference? Well, you could argue there's a lot of differences. I think one scrutiny I might have for it is like the other guy seemed a little more extroverted, right? Maybe he's looking around, seeing things, jumping on opportunities.
Mhm.
But one of the big things they isolated when they interviewed them later and they brought them in was the guy identified as really, really lucky. They asked him, they go, are you lucky? He goes, dude, I'm the luckiest person. He goes, I don't know how, but I'm so lucky.
Right.
And they asked the woman, they're like, hey, do you think you're lucky? She goes, like, she literally said, like, no, I'm like a train wreck. Like, I'm not lucky at all. And it's interesting how your perspective on luck itself can change the fundamental luck that you perceive.
Mhm.
And how if you have this identity of like, how lucky am I to be in the midst of starting a band that's going to be so huge in this world, right? Who knows if that's going to fucking happen? But like,
Yeah.
just the idea of that, like actually in many ways makes it more likely to happen, metaphysically more likely to happen, which is, I can't even wrap my head around it. This is Building the Blueprint, and it's all about education and entertainment. Self-help content is great, but it gets really, really boring. And every single week, I have an important and successful guest. And not only do we shoot the shit, but we have insightful conversations. So you both laugh and learn at the same time. I hope you stick around, because this is Building the Blueprint. What's the worst possible food to eat on a first date?
The worst possible food to eat on a first date?
Because I've been thinking about this.
You have?
I got two front runners in my head right now.
You have two front runners in your head. Okay. Let me think. If I had
Tuna is up there.
Oh, tuna's up there?
Tuna's because I'm just thinking terrible breath, right? Like if you don't have
that's
gum,
very true.
I mean, you might as well bring
It depends on the
toothbrush and a
expectations of the first date as well.
but also just talking to them.
Talking
Tuna travels.
Tuna, it does.
Tuna
it
travels.
flies in the air.
If I had tuna, you'd be able to hear
I
it.
was going to say something of the aquatic sorts.
Yeah.
Potentially like octopus, not calamari, but
Okay.
octopus.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else?
Hit
Beef
me.
jerky.
I feel like most people don't go on first dates and have beef jerky.
Right.
though.
Well, because of the side effects. Beef
Do you
jerky.
think that if there were less side effects to beef jerky, more people would have it on a first date?
Yes.
Interesting.
Beef jerky has bad breath.
Okay.
Beef jerky gets stuck in my teeth. And also,
So
you
it
kind of look
does.
like a douche if you're eating beef jerky on a first date.
Maybe that's like
gotta
you're
get
going
my
on a
gains.
hike.
Gotta get my gains.
Maybe you're like on a hike and you bring some snacks with you. That's
Oh, if
maybe
you bring your
the
dog, it's
case.
like, oh, it's for my dog.
Right, it's for my dog.
But I should probably make
where's
sure
your
it's
dog? Oh, I left my dog at home. I guess I have to eat this.
Yeah,
now.
you're like,
no.
Can't let it go to waste. Like this
That
goes
is
bad really
that is-
fast.
Yeah, totally. I definitely say something of the aquatic nature.
Yeah.
Sushi is kind of it's an interesting one. You know, you never really know what you're gonna get with sushi. You don't know if you're gonna get food poisoning or not. It's a gamble.
Yeah, I'm a big sushi fan. You know what's funny?
too.
I've gotten food poisoning one time,
Mhm.
and it was from the last thing I would assume to get food poisoning
Really?
from. Salad dressing.
You got it from salad dressing.
That's our assumption. Yeah.
Really. I'm really sorry to hear
Because
that.
we went to this restaurant,
Yeah.
and I only got it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
When I would not eat Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in like 7th grade, don't judge me. I know I was picky. I got a salad.
Yes.
I got a Caesar salad, and I ate it,
Like you might be one of the
and I got food poisoning.
that you might be a part of one of the nichest communities in North America that goes to a Mexican restaurant and gets a Caesar salad.
That's the old me, not me anymore.
That was the old me. Listen, I've changed.
That was changed, bro.
I've changed.
You guys think I'm more confident? No, I
think I'm-
eat Mexican food now.
he figured out what he likes.
Yeah,
That's what he did.
it's been bad. I've had like it a lot, and
Food poisoning or Caesar salads?
no Mexican food.
Oh, Mexican foods.
A lot too much beans. You know what I mean?
You know, that is a prominent ingredient
Yeah.
in the cuisine.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Mr. Tripp Repp. Tripp Repp is a student here at the University of Oregon and a good friend.
Mm.
And arguably most unique about Tripp is he is a member of a band. He's a drummer and a soon-to-be insanely successful band now that he's on this podcast. You're welcome.
Indeed. Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Tripp, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure.
You're welcome.
I truly,
You're welcome.
And I mean, this is where it's all going to begin.
Yeah.
This is,
you can trace it back to here.
I've been here. Now I'm here after this, where it's going to be on the moon.
Oh, you're welcome.
I mean, this is going to do numbers on the LinkedIn.
I expect to be on the MSG back, in the green room, hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, Madison, Red Rocks, all of the amphitheaters. Oh, Nick Batchelder, he's on the pass. Let him in.
Yeah.
Let him in. He did a podcast. I'd be like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They'll be like,
perfect.
I show up, they're like, they're like, oh, you're performing tonight? I'm like, no, Verbatim's up first.
Verbatim. Well, and Verbatim's up first, and that's because the Nick Batchelder podcast is going to be happening for the next hour and a half after our set. Right?
Yeah, live.
We have
live
the
show.
We have like the 8:30 to 10, but
you're my warm up. You're my intro act.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a comedy, where you bring out like some kind of opener, and it's like cool, fun, sets the tone, right?
But I'm the pro.
But you're the guy that comes out and you just like it's your act. You know what I'm saying?
How
I like it.
So, how many monthly listeners are you guys at now?
We are at 3,354.
That is, first off, props to you for knowing that on the dot. And second
believe
off,
me, I've been looking at it all day,
and that's so cool.
It's one of those things that it's come to college. I didn't really think I was going to be able to play drums in the first place. I was going to come be a business major. The day before coming to school, moving here physically, 3 hours, not far. Got to throw a bone. But I reached out to somebody in the music school and I was like, hey, is there any opportunity for me to still be able to play drums? Like, I really would like to. And that's kind of just about all I said. It was really vague and mysterious. And I reached out to Toby Kenigsberg, who turns out is the departmental lead for the University of Oregon Popular Music Ensembles, which is basically just come try out. They sent me 2 songs. I think they sent me 2 rap songs, and I was like, okay, like this is a funny vibe. But it was basically just like, come see how well you can jam with other people, right? Half of music isn't about, being in a band and creating something. It's about experiencing the music with other people and seeing what their ideas are to create that. And so that went well, and I ended up doing that. And I mean, dude, from there, it's kind of just, it's been where I am now. And I think that's something that if you told me in high school that I would be right here today with the things that I've done, I would have completely never listened to you.
What's the most underrated and what's the most overrated part of being in a band?
The most underrated part of being in a band is knowing that all the things that we do is because of us. And I know that seems like, well, yes, obviously,
right.
But it's like we just played at the Cuthbert Amphitheater opening for Still Woozy because of songs
for Shabuzi?
Shabuzi, yeah, that one guy.
Yeah.
Still Woozy and Goth Babe. Because of music that we wrote, because of these choices that we've decided to make. And it's like, well, yes, obviously, but it's like, no. Like, we could have done anything else. Like, music is so subjective, especially popular music in the wave now where everything's really kind of similar. It's like, well, how do you force yourself to be creative and force yourself then to stand out? And it's like, well, that's happened, right? And I would say the most overrated part of being in a band is thinking that people are going to recognize you. I'm the drummer. I sit behind a drum kit. That's my home.
Yeah.
I have my protection, my protective layers of things around me. If someone wants to talk to me, they have to yell at me very loudly, right? So people don't, I of everyone else in the band get recognized the least, and I'm actually fairly okay with that.
You know what my dad says?
What does your dad say?
He says the dream job is the drummer of Coldplay.
Dude, and I've thought about this too, because I went through that Coldplay phase.
Right.
I did earlier this year. I listened to their first 3 albums day in and day out for maybe 2 weeks. And I was like, if I could do this, I totally would. And I looked it up. You know what? He's only played in 1 band.
And
Coldplay.
He makes so much money. He is a fucking rock star. And he can probably grocery shop without anyone having that issue.
No one. Yeah. No one's going to be like, oh my God, you're the drummer in Coldplay. I mean, maybe people in...
It's like Phineas. It's like Phineas
UK.
Eilish, like back in the day. Now, like Phineas is like everyone knows him.
Right.
But like back in the day, it's like, he was...
Yeah, it's Billy.
It was
You know,
Billy.
people
She's
know
the
Billy. Oh,
face.
she did the bad guy song. It's like, no, talk
No,
about this guy.
Phineas.
Phineas.
Anyway, that's kind of the dream spot if you want it. But it's two different personalities, right? I feel like lead singer is like you got to have it's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that to be fair, that dynamic is also something that I've kind of started to explore with as well. And
shocking news: Tripp leaving Verb8im.
Shocking news: Tripp discovers he has a personality,
and he's going solo.
Took me 21 years. No, but it's like, okay, well, I've been playing this drums for so long, and that's kind of what people know me as. But it's like, how can I, now that I'm taking all these music classes as well, it's like, how can I expand on the fact that, like, yes, I'm a drummer, but I'm also a musician. Like, how can I bring the musicality to the table? I mean, like, half of my homework right now is writing 4-voice chorales. If anyone needs 8 bars of 4 voices singing something, I could probably make that for you. I'm going to charge, though, because I don't enjoy doing it, but I will. Just know that service is available.
Hit up Tripp.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how much do you guys think about marketing and like your brand when it comes to the band? Because that's a big thing with this podcast and with like me.
Right.
It's like, okay, there's a million other podcasts and brands, and it's like, all right, how do I market this? How do I create a brand that appeals to people? But it's, innately less creative off the bat, right? It's like, I mean, there's definitely still creative parts to it, but the idea is like you start a band to make music. Most people don't start a band as a business.
Right.
And I'm curious how much you guys think about that.
I thought about that from the beginning. Our email is verbatimllc@gmail.com. And that was one of the first things I talked about with my mom is like, well, if this band is really going to put our foot down, we need to be able to have a way to, be financially accountable. And we need to have things that help make us look professional. Because if you're a band and you just have a good time and you want to make your music and you sell in the music, cool, good for you. But if you want to be a band that is like, we are professional, this is the music that we make, these are the things that we do, you need to take effort into building that portfolio. And half of that, as a band, comes with having a good media team. We're just the musicians. We can make that music all that we want, and our socials would suck. It would totally suck. I mean, I'm so grateful to say that we have this super strong group of people and creative faces in Eugene. Oh my God, what a hub for creative minds of people that are like, I want to come shoot a house show. Like, would it be okay if I took some photos? And it's like, yes. But I mean, Zach, who comes? He's got that bushy
Your
mustache.
Instagram is really impressive.
That is Zach.
It's really impressive.
He puts together all of our videos. He makes everything like that. It's so good. Joey Besner will make the flyers, and Joey Besner does the art for our visual. He does the visuals for things, the flyers, the albums. It's amazing. And it's like Saj will take photos, and we just had a new friend Paige take photos. But it's like without them, realistically, we're just the musicians.
And that's one of the underrated parts about being in college is you have all these friends that are doing all this stuff for free. They're like, I just need to build a portfolio. I just want to try this out. I just want some experience. Like, this will be fun. And you're able to get a lot of people to help you, and that you normally wouldn't be able to afford. Like Xander, who edits his podcast, I could not afford him. Like, realistically,
shout out Xander.
Shout out Xander, breaking the fourth wall again. I shout him out a lot. If he wanted to, what he's worth, like, I do not pay him enough, right? But like, he's like, a college student, and he's interested, and he wants to be on this journey of building this thing with me. And
definitely,
it's I'm grateful to have that dynamic, and it's more prompt in this time of our life, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially right now, I mean, the things that you're doing, I mean, like building that team and being the one to like put yourself out there, that's like, someone's got to do it. It's going to pay off big time.
How do you think about life after college? Because that's so tricky of like, you're kind of on this threshold of like, I'm assuming, I mean, the band, I'm going to take a shot in the dark here. No offense. The band is not making enough money to sustain you guys to live your own lives outside of college.
Right.
But you're also not doing nothing. You still have over 3,000 monthly listeners. You guys just came out with your second album. What's it called?
It's going to be called High Roller.
High Roller.
It's going to be coming out on hopefully May 30th.
May 30th. Fingers crossed. Week. Flower, streaming now. But like it's like, it's a tough line.
Definitely.
Right?
Yes.
And if you guys don't live together after college, even if you had normal jobs, it's probably not going to be able to keep that up.
To be fair, this is a conversation that we've had. We've had to have, it's like, okay, so there's 4 members of the band, and all 4 of us came into this with 4 different expectations and 4 different things that we wanted to get out of it, but with one goal. We wanted to make music to the best of our abilities, right? I spend the majority of my time drumming. I've now drummed on five five albums for four different groups, and I've done single tracks for other artists as well. It's like I'm clearly putting myself out as a musician. You go to my Instagram, there's photos of me drumming. I have an Instagram account called Tripp Drums that I don't really use anymore because I was like, okay, well, why would I start a second Instagram account when I can just use the one that already has followers? It's like, what am I doing? But it's definitely how I present myself. And then there's Will, and he's from New York, and he has a very creative. He could play guitar, but he could also be a cook if he wanted to. He makes really good food. There's Lucas, who this whole time he's been studying to be a firefighter EMT. And then there's Aiden, who's totally just super knowledgeable about so many different subjects and could honestly apply himself to anywhere that he desired and probably succeed. Right. So it's just a ticking clock of waking up in the morning and being like, "Oh my god, we have like 1 year guaranteed left together." Like you said,
Yeah.
it's like, well, the clock's ticking. But life after college, I think, is going to look different for all of us. But it's also going to be dependent on what we're able to put forward now
For the next year.
for the next year.
I'm sure that creates a sense of urgency too, of like 1 year, give it all we got.
Yeah, it does.
I gotta say, you guys look like on paper, you guys are like the perfect band.
And
Like you guys look
that's
like
the goal.
you guys look like a band.
That's
Like Will looks like a rock star.
Will looks like a guitar player.
He looks like a
He
guitar player.
Yeah.
Like I could like the definition of like 6'1", like I don't even know how to explain. I don't know why I started with that, but
I
like
think the size plays a visual role
it's
of
like
being able to take up space on a stage.
take up space, like a little skinny, like I can just like picture him with like a cigarette in his mouth and just like
I think it's also
hitting the
just
guitar and
the big sunglasses.
big.
So he's
He
got the
wears
sunglasses
huge
on.
sunglasses.
They're cool. They're Prada.
He's
think.
such and he like the suits.
He's got fashion. He's got
He's-
that New York fashion.
He is such a vibe,
Mm.
and I'm really hoping you guys go to MGM so I can. I'm just kidding.
No,
Well,
I do, and
you keep-
that's the goal. I'm starting to build this brand of Verb8im outside of Eugene. And because we've taken the time to build our portfolio and to build our own brand, I'm finding so much easier to have validity in saying, I want to play here with you. Are you going to be on the same page? And can we make this happen? And people are like, oh, like, yes, I see that it's a resume. It's like, yeah, you go to our Instagram and it's like, we've got posts. Every post has like every reel that we do has like more than 5,000 views. It's like, that's solid engagement. Some of them, 12,000, 15,000, great. And our posts are getting lots of engagement. It's like, we're creating music and this is us. And people are like, oh, you're a band that's actively trying to succeed. Yes, I will play with you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think you guys do a great job appealing to your market. You don't try and appeal to people who aren't for you, right? Like obviously, you guys get a lot of shit, especially within the fraternity, right? Like house shows suck. Blah, 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 blah. I'll admit, am I going to a house show every week? Am I seeking house shows out? No. Like if one happens at Beta, am I going? Yeah, it's fun. But I'm also like not your perfect target demographic. Like, and you guys don't worry about that. I think from my POV, it's like, hey, like this is who we're appealing to. This is who we're making music for. Like this is who we relate to, right? Like if you look at Grateful Dead,
Yeah.
right? If you look at their like actual hits and like how many monthly listeners they have and this and that, like it's really underwhelming.
Yeah.
And they really don't have the numbers that
that you'd think they would.
that you think
It's
they
like,
would.
well, they've had such a legendary career. And then you think about, well, it's not impressive, but it's still enough people that have stuck around.
It's the people that do like them and do listen have probably gone to 50 Grateful Dead concerts in their life.
Yeah.
Like I saw a TikTok the other day. This dude was like, my 112th.
112.
Like, and it's like, that's absurd, but it's like you're appealing to your market.
Yeah.
And that's amazing that you guys are doing that. So props to you.
Thank you.
I'm curious.
Yes.
Like, on the T side of things.
Ooh.
Do you have like a mental list in the back of your head of like, if I got to play at these giant places and people were to hit me up now that you're big, like, do you have a mental list of like who you'd actually respond to? Like low key.
Of people that I would play for?
No. You're playing at MGM, right?
Okay.
I hit you up. I go,
Mhm.
Tripp, I want to come backstage,
Okay.
right? Let's say a bunch of people hit you up. Like, do you have kind of like a mental list of like who you're like, oh yeah, this person I let in, this person I wouldn't, like kind of like people not believing in you or giving you shit?
Definitely. And To be fair, if I know you on like a personal level, I'm probably going to invite you because I want to share this with people. I don't make music to create an exclusive environment that people can't see. Right? Like if I'm coming and to the Bay to make music, it's like I'm going to be texting everybody I know from the Bay Area. And it's different when you've mentioned the guest list and it's like, okay, now I can only bring a select number of people. I mean, obviously, the first people I'm going to invite are going to be my parents and my grandparents and just family because it's like, well, I want them to see it. If they can't go, I'm just going to see who's proximal.
Right.
And realistically,
But so you do
So give me like.
No.
Yeah.
I was just.
Okay.
I don't need it. We don't need.
Okay, we don't need to unpack. Okay.
But I was just curious if you kind of had that hater mental fuel at all.
I wouldn't say hater mental fuel. I'm not afraid to invite somebody, but I also know that the only people who are going to want to be backstage are going to have the courage to ask.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see when you guys get that big.
I like that language.
When people come back and they're like, oh, I just want to be backstage and be like, I know Tripp. Right? Like at some point saying I know Tripp is going to be like, holy shit.
And it's crazy. I had an experience similar to this from the opposite perspective. I was in Lake Tahoe 2 years.
Shout out Lake Tahoe.
Shout out Lake Tahoe. Most beautiful place.
What was the place you worked at?
Well, last summer I worked at Chambers.
Shout out Chambers.
Shout out Chambers as a boat valet. The year before I was making sandwiches in Tahoma Market in Delhi. Shout out Drew Rampelberg for coming in and getting a foot-long sandwich on white bread with turkey and cheddar cheese, no sauces, no vegetables.
That's psychotic.
Putting that out there. But to get to my point here, it was I told my mom, I was like, Mom, the Foo Fighters are coming to Tahoe. I really want to go see them. And she was like, okay. And she sat me down and we got tickets. Little did I know this was a front. She got the tickets because thank God I love my mom so much. And she was like, I want to see them too. Turns out she had also texted a mutual friend who knew Chris Shiflett, one of the guitar players in the Foo Fighters, and then he got us friends and family tickets.
Wow.
But it's one of those things where it's like, oh my God, like I know that person, like I might be able to do this. And I mean, Chris Shiflett has no idea who I am, but he
will soon.
But he will soon. But that feeling of like, oh my God, like this feels so cool. Like I'm gonna go see these people for free. Like they just put us on our friends and family. Like we're friends and family.
Yeah.
It's like I want to give that feeling to as many people as I possibly can because that's what's gonna get them like invested.
Yeah.
As well and be like, oh dude, they did this for me. That's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's an amazing perspective. I love that.
Yeah. Just being the kid in the candy shop. I'm always thinking about being the kid in the candy shop.
Yeah. It's so fun. I'm starting to get to the point now where it's like, I think this only happens because we're on a college campus. And also because I do the LinkedIn and the networking and the other stuff workshops.
Naturally.
I don't say
and
this.
Hive mentorship.
I don't say this as a brag. I say this because it's like just like.
Say it as a brag.
No. I say this because it's like just like a new thing in my life that's like kind of strange and cool and a lot of different emotions. I kid you not. Every time I go to the bars now, 1 to 3 people say something to me about.
Like recognize you from your.
Yeah, on Saturday night, Braden's birthday.
Of course.
We went out.
Happy birthday, Braden.
Happy birthday, Braden. Get here. We went out. I'm in line for Rennie's. Some guy's like, LinkedIn guy, like, we need to thank for our pledges. I'm like, yeah, of course.
I love it.
And then I'm in Max's and I'm in the bathroom and I'm washing my hands and some guy behind me is like, do you have a podcast? And I'm like, maybe. And it's like, it's so interesting to like start getting recognition where it's like part of it is awesome and part of it is scary. Definitely. And part of it is just like, doesn't really seem real.
And creating that persona, it's like, who do I want to be when the camera's on? It's who do I want to be when the camera's off? Is that going to be the same person or is it going to be 2 different people?
I saw a really cool thing recently from a prominent public figure that I like who does more self-help content, right? And he was saying, I don't want to have a brand. I want to have a reputation. And I think I like that a lot of like, look, I don't want to be a brand or a character that you see on camera. It's like, no, I want to have a reputation. Right. It's like, oh no, Nick's really smart. Yeah. And Nick is also like a goofball. And Nick is going to have fun on Friday nights, but Nick is also can sit down with you and have a really serious business conversation. And
it's not like, oh, Nick is the guy from the podcast.
Nick, I can be the guy from the podcast, but but it's like, I don't want people to think the guy here is different than the guy they see out. And more importantly, I don't want to feel like, I don't want to feel like I have to be a different person when I'm out, right? I don't want to feel like I have to uphold the character when I'm at Max's. It's like, no, I want to be myself and have fun.
And I feel like in your shoes, that's going to allow you to to do this for longer and to be able to keep having a following, it's like, well, I know, like he's a good person. Like he's a guy that I want to be around. He's a guy that I want to talk to. I'm gonna stay engaged and hear what he has to say.
And well, the bottom line is, like I was saying you about your audience, right? Like who's your, selective audience? It's like, well, my whole thing is like be as authentic as possible and like appeal to those people. And it's like, if you don't like me, then it's like, great, I'm not for you. Like we're not for each other. We're not a vibe. Like that's
Right.
fine. Like my whole thing is like with the podcast now and with the content is like, look, this is how I move throughout life. And I've seen success, and I think it's fun to share it. And I think I help people when I share it, and I get good feedback when I share how I move throughout life and me being authentic me. And if that's not for you, like don't watch. And if it is for you, like, and you learn from this and you laugh or you learn something or whatever it is from the podcast or the social media or from the book, great. Like that's the reason I'm doing it.
Yeah. And that's an interesting point that I can relate to music as well. Sorry for just punching the microphone. Xander's gonna have to hear. It'll be fine. But my band Verb8im, something that we've recently been able to think about, and to your point earlier of like finding an audience and like the group of people who are going to kind of pay attention to us. It's like we know we don't have to market to everyone because the music is going to find the person.
Yeah.
The music's going to find you because the music finds everybody. And it doesn't matter what type of music it is. It doesn't matter if it's rap, if it's reggae, if it's ska, if it's Taylor Swift, if it doesn't matter if it's Jelly Roll or Shabuzi, right? The music finds you, and there's really no way of not letting that into your life.
Yeah. I love that. How many towels is the correct amount of towels to own?
That depends on the question. There's kitchen towels, there's
like
bathroom towels. Bathroom towels. I think that 2 big towels and 4 small ones is a good as a man who probably is going to need less towels than other people. I think that my dream would be to have 2 big ones and 4 like little hand towels.
Is that where you're at right now?
No.
What are you at?
I have 1 big towel and 1 small towel. Yeah.
Life in the frat.
And they're good towels.
I've got 3 big ones.
Whoa.
I know. And I've got 2 little ones.
So you're getting there, Nick.
So I'm actually top heavy.
You're a little
got more big ones.
But you could cut up the 3rd big one.
And then 2 and I get to 2 and 4. You're so right.
You could get you have so many options right now.
It's a great point. What I found is when I have a lot of towels, sometimes I don't do laundry as much.
Interesting.
Because it's like I feel like the thing I need the most is a towel. Right? Like the thing that prompts me to do laundry more often than not is the towel.
Nick, how often do you do laundry?
Once to twice a week.
Twice a week. It's frequent.
Usually once a week. Maybe twice a week.
Probably appropriate. I like it.
I would say usually once a week. A great feeling when I dump the laundry on my bed to fold it. And I'm like, holy shit, that's so much. And I pull out like 2 towels that are ginormous. And I realized the load was like 50% towel. Great feeling.
Yeah.
Underrated.
I'm with you
I
there.
would say.
I would agree with that. I would agree. I don't think that enough people in this world, in their life, will get to experience that feeling. But I also would like to recognize that there are feelings similar to that.
I appreciate you recognize their feelings in that regard.
Of course.
I want to talk about the creative process a little bit.
Yes.
Because I find it so fascinating. If I could sing and I could write music, I would totally do it.
Naturally.
Can't
Naturally.
sing. Had a good run in middle school.
That's good.
I was the soprano 1
for
4 years.
That's really impressive.
I know.
Honestly.
I didn't hit puberty till high school. And so I was
had to be someone.
Soprano 1, high pitch note, chorus, 4 years.
Wow.
Got 1 solo.
Dude,
All I Want for Christmas, Mariah Carey.
You did. Is there a video of
the
this?
elderly home? There probably is. And if anyone has
Nick's parents,
no,
if you're watching,
anyone has it, it's my younger brother.
Why?
Because he wants dirt. He keeps all the dirt.
Oh, no, that's true. That's true.
He hoards it.
I like that. I like that thought process. That's the younger brother mentality.
It's the younger brother mentality. And so, but I find it so interesting, and I'm curious to hear your perspective on how you guys write music. Like, are you writing lyrics and then, listening to the lyrics and then writing music? Are you writing music and then lyrics? How often are you going back and changing it? Is it usually just first take vibes?
Definitely. It's very different for every song. And I can confidently say that never, ever have we written lyrics first and been like, ooh, I want to write a song to this. But that process is different for everybody. for example, we've written 10 songs now that are all published and released. And Colorblind, out of all of those, we couldn't get right. We had to change it so many times, and the bass part that Aiden was playing, he was doing this slapping sound that sounded it had a lot of attack, and then boom, bing, like super punching through the sound. And we're like, it just doesn't sound like right. And Aiden had a hard time playing it at speed back then. I mean, he could now, but the part that he ended up settling on is just like a really flowy kind of go through the rhythm type thing. But once we figured that out, the song was able to come together. I think nowadays when it's writing music, usually Lucas, Aiden, or will have a part, some sort of chord progression that they really like. And it's kind of my job to guide that chord progression into something else where it's like, okay, cool, you're playing that. What part of the song do you want that to be? Do you want that to be the big part, the chorus? Do you want that to be something that is the story is being told over that? Do you want that to be the verse? Do you want that to be like the build, like leading into the chorus, into the big section? And so it's like, okay, once I can figure that out, I can gauge where I want it to go. And I think one of the best examples I could possibly give is Aiden came to us with there are 2 songs that for the longest time they're going to be out on our Verb8im album on May 30th called
High Roller.
Exactly. They for the longest time
Go listen, baby. May 30th.
I was looking at those colorful buttons. I was wondering what they did.
Yeah.
But he came to us, and for the longest...
Sorry.
That was good. I like that. For the longest time, they were called Dingle Shine and Shingle Dine. But the point I'm getting at here is that Aiden was like, okay, I have this. And it literally, it can be like, Will can be like, oh, I'm going to be like, banana, 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 which is actually that's going to be High Roller song. The banana, 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 that's going to be the opening track for High Roller, our album out May 30th.
Sneak peek. Here first.
Will literally had that. Mm-hmm. Will had that. And he was like, okay, what do you guys think about this? And we're like, oh, that's really cool. And then it's like, okay, I kind of start playing something. And then Aiden's going to start playing something. And then Lucas will kind of sit there. And he's watching Will. He's like, okay, what's Will playing? But in his mind, he's also thinking about a melody. Because, we all have our roles. We all have our roles of things that we're thinking about. But it's a process that is very fluid and dynamic. In our song, Bedroom Ballad, we had the idea for the song, and Will and I came up with the structure of the song first and how we wanted it to sound, and then we played it, right? And for me personally, if I'm writing a song, I might have an idea for a melody. And this is a process I'm going through right now where I've had lyrics, and I kind of enjoy the lyrics, but I'm figuring out how I want the feel of the song to be. Do I want it to be something that's driving and energetic and the lyrics are pushing along with the words? Do I want it to be kind of laid back and let the song kind of sway from side to side? It's really just a process of trial and error.
Do you think you could write a song on your own? Or do you think you need all the parts? How integral is it that you do the drums part? How integral is it that, Lucas is doing the melody part? How integral is it that Will is doing the guitar part?
I think that as the drummer, it's integral that I do the drumming.
Okay.
Because, and this is no discredit to the other 3 members of the band. Well, actually, Aiden plays drums. So I'll say there's no discredit to the other 2, Lucas and Will, but it's really hard to articulate what people want to have happen percussively. Mm. People can sing a melody, such as I just did. Anyone can do that, but not many people can be like, okay, like, what I want to have happen underneath that.
Not many people can go like.
How long have you been waiting to push that button?
Not that long.
But
34 minutes.
To be fair, if you hit that button one more time for me and you listen to the kick pattern, do 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 do. There's so many other things that someone can do that you just do ga, and that'll completely change the feel of the song. You do ga, do ga, and create space. And those would all be 3 completely different songs. And so I do think that my job of kind of setting the tone is one of the more important songs, because the other people can change what they're doing and have it still be the same song. But what I'm doing has to be the same.
It's almost like speaking a different language.
If you will.
Yeah.
I can't. I could have.
Could have.
Not anymore.
I'm terrible at Italian. I tried.
Dude, I was nasty at 7th and 8th grade Spanish.
Come ti chiami? Abbastanza bene.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa, take me to dinner first. Whoa.
Did you ever battle with creativity and putting something out into the world? Because that was something I definitely dealt with TikToks and the book. He grinned a little bit when I said TikToks. With TikToks and the book of like, it's kind of, I was like, oh, this is a little embarrassing, or this is different, or no one else is doing this, or judgment.
I think having Verb8im to post behind has helped. It's like, okay, well, I'm this, but this is my front. You know, it's like, this is the thing that I'm a part of, and I feel shameless using Verb8im to promote things.
Because it's not just you.
Because it's not just me. It's like, this is a group effort, you know? And there's going to be a time to come soon, now even, where I'm starting to develop my own personal portfolio. And that portfolio is going to then come with me going through the things that exactly you're going through. It's like, all right, well, I need to start putting videos of me drumming on my Instagram and have that post to Facebook, have that post to Threads, start putting stuff on YouTube, you know? And that is a little nerve-wracking. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I also know that the people who are going to watch the videos are going to watch the videos, and the people who don't care are just going to keep scrolling.
No, but it's a really interesting perspective about it's much easier to self-promote when you say Verb8im instead of Tripp. Because that's something I struggle with is like, if I'm giving a presentation, right? Or if I'm doing this or that, or like I have a podcast where it's like, well, there's always an underlying part of it of like, hey, like buy my book. Hey, follow me on social media, right? Like I also want you to like engage with me.
Yeah.
And the things that I've created. And I have trouble sometimes when I'm like up there saying that. And I know like I'm supposed to like shamelessly kind of do that because it's like nothing innately bad about that, but it just feels a little icky at times. Or even when I'm giving workshops and I tell them my experience, I'm like, hey, like I got a JP Morganship. I wrote a book. I do XYZ. I'm co-chair of this, you know, organization. Like I feel like I'm bragging sometimes, and I can see how being like, no, like I'm the drummer of this band, and this band has done XYZ, and this band has done this, where it's like you're operating through that is so interesting.
It's a little different sometimes when I have to tell people about myself.
Yeah.
And where it's like, okay, like, yeah, this is my band. Like, I'd love it if you checked this project out.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, what have you done? And it's like, okay, well, I've been drumming for 18 years, and I've done, you know, this, and this, and this. And I think it's different in my perspective compared to yours, respectively, where it's like I'm doing something that is very niche and takes a lot of physical. It takes a lot of work to be good at this, or to be great. I'll say it takes a lot of work to be great, because you have to be the perfect balance of doing what you do, being social, and being able to have conversations, and being just a good person to talk to. But then you also have to be able to interact in, like you mentioned, this second language that people don't speak, they feel. It's like, how well can you communicate without talking?
Yeah. I mean, I would say most endeavors are similar in the sense of like, it takes a long time. It's not easy, but that added element of music is really interesting.
The curveball. They don't see it coming.
It's absolutely a curveball. And I mean, you could say it's just something I keep reminding myself is, you know, most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. It's one of my favorite Tony Robbins quotes. And on some level, I'm like, fuck that. I'm doing it now before I graduate, right?
Yeah.
And so I can keep doing this out of college. And the other aspect of me is like, well, no, hold on, Nick. Like, imagine what this will be when you're 30.
Yeah.
If you kept with it and you were consistent with it and you continued to experiment and grow in the way that you are. And so that's kind of been my perspective. I don't even know how I riffed onto that.
Well, that's actually a really interesting point. After this festival that I've just played, all the musicians were not young.
Yeah.
I'll say it. They were adults. They were adults.
Old heads.
No, they were all incredible people, and if I had the opportunity to hang out with each and every one of them individually, I absolutely would. Yeah. Okay, with
Tripp, don't say that about them. Why would you say that?
This is why I can't have nice things. But and I'm gonna say that Dana and Alden and Miss Mia are the outliers because they're just a little bit older than us. but the instrumentalists in Still Woozy's band and Goth Babe's band all said the same thing about music. If you continue to work at it, it will be fruitful. But you have to be the one to continue to do it, because the music industry is so one-sided towards the people who have control.
So top heavy,
if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking about Tom Holland, and I was like, because I saw like some ad for something that he was in. I was like, Tom Holland was a nobody, and he gets one role, and he's one of the best actors in the world.
Right.
And I was debating with myself, and I was like, I wonder if, if someone else got that role, like, would they be the same level of success he was?
It's like, how many times did Tom Holland wake up in the morning and think, I don't really want to do this anymore?
Yeah, but I mean,
but keeps doing it.
Right, but I was also, and I was thinking, like, I wonder, like, how many people could be as successful as Tom Holland is if he was given that same role. Like, that's something I was pondering. Of like, is it he just got the opportunity, or is it he got the opportunity and something about him and his work ethic and who he is and the talent that he has is actually allowed him to be that successful? And it's a bit of both, but
luck.
It's interesting with the music industry. It's like, okay, well, you have to know your craft and you have to get better at every day and you have to be good at what you do. And you also just have to hope you blow up.
Yeah.
And get lucky.
Truly. Because I mean, there's so much music. So much music and so much promoting is social media oriented. There's so many bands that'll have one huge song and it's like, okay, cool, you've done it. Now what?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Greta Van Fleet, they got really popular for sounding like Led Zeppelin, and they had this huge peak, and it's like, they're kind of starting to come down plateau. And it's like, this is their audience.
There's so many one-hit wonders.
There's so many one-hit wonders, but there's not so many people who can take that one-hit wonder and like turn it into something good.
Yeah.
There's so many people that are just like, okay, cool, I just had a one-hit wonder. I'm viral now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like it. And it's like, well, then you're not in it for the right reasons.
Right. Or like they try and flex who they are now or change who they are maybe.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
And I think the people that can't recognize how lucky they are to be in that position are the ones that shouldn't be in that position in the first place. I was watching an interesting video about this. Verb8im, the YouTube channel, I don't know, maybe, and he's a science guy, and he was mentioning luck, and there's a study, and I think NASA, it was either 18,000 or 13,000. I think it was 18,300 people apply to be astronauts, and only 11 make the cut. And he broke down the numbers, and he said, there was this huge study, a random number, like completely statistically generated, that out of these 11 astronauts, without luck, only 1 to 2 of them are actually qualified to be astronauts. So think about it. I mean, the other 8 to 9 astronauts could have been any of the other. It could have been literally anybody else.
Yeah.
And so waking up and being like, I am so grateful that for me, I woke up one morning and was like, I don't want to go to Oregon State. I want to come to the University of Oregon. And that my mom pushes me to write these emails and be like, no, you like write to somebody at the school and see if there's an opportunity for you to play music, and to rush Greek life and meet Aiden, and for Aiden to have sat next to Will in a business lecture, and for Aiden to have moved from Park City to West Lynn and met Lucas and start a band. Like the things that have happened for me to be where I am right now, and to have met you, for you to have decided to come from the Bay Area to school in Oregon at the University of Oregon and rush Greek life, and for us to be here at the same time, for our parents to have had the relationships that they had, and to have us at the same time. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
I want to tell you one of the studies that's in my book that I find so fascinating. That relates to luck. There's 2 people, okay, and they did a study, but they didn't tell these 2 people they were in a study. It was a controlled environment.
Ooh, I love these.
Controlled environment. First guy's a business guy. Walks in to get his morning coffee. And on his way into the door, he realizes there's a $5 bill right at the door. He picks it up, he goes in, uses it to buy his coffee, right? It's like a great start to his day. And he's all happy and gets his coffee and he takes it and he kind of looks around and he goes like, oh, like, I think like he like sees a prominent business guy and he goes sits next to him and he starts a conversation with him. And it turns out that guy works in the field that he's trying to sell to. He's a salesman, right? And then he makes a new business connect. Yeah. And in his morning, he got free coffee because he found money by the door. And he made a new business connection. Yeah. And that was the first person. Second person, businesswoman. She walks in, walks right past the $5 bill, doesn't see it, orders her coffee, gets her coffee, sits down right next to the same businessman, and doesn't say anything, walks out, nothing happens. Okay?
Yeah.
Two very different situations.
Of course.
Now, what was the big difference? Well, you could argue there's a lot of differences. I think one scrutiny I might have for it is like the other guy seemed a little more extroverted, right? Maybe he's looking around, seeing things, jumping on opportunities.
Mhm.
But one of the big things they isolated when they interviewed them later and they brought them in was the guy identified as really, really lucky. They asked him, they go, "Are you lucky?" And he goes, "Dude, I'm the luckiest person." He goes, "I don't know how, but I'm so lucky."
Right.
And they asked the woman, they're like, "Hey, do you think you're lucky?" She goes, like, she literally said, like, "No, I'm like a train wreck. Like, I'm not lucky at all." And it's interesting how your perspective on luck itself can change the
Yep.
fundamental luck that you perceive.
Mhm.
And how if you have this identity of like, how lucky am I to be in the midst of starting a band that's going to be so huge in this world, right? Who knows if that's going to fucking happen? But like,
Yeah.
just the idea of that, like, actually in many ways makes it more likely to happen, metaphysically more likely to
Truly.
happen, which is, I can't even wrap my hand around it yet, but
Yeah.
so interesting to me.
I also think that one of the greatest superpowers that people have is gratitude.
Oh yeah.
And being able to reflect upon the things that you have and acknowledge that not everyone has these opportunities. Not everyone was born in the West Coast of the United States. Not everyone has the opportunity to go to university. Not everyone has the access to be able to record and publish music. But I think that something that continually drives me to be a musician is that, okay, I have these opportunities, but it's so inspiring to see so many people that are able to make do with the things that they have and to be able to be musicians and to be able to just be happy. I think seeing people be happy by their own virtues or by the music that I create, whatever it may be, is so inspiring for me to just wake up in the morning and share gratitude.
You can't feel gratitude and anxiousness at the same time.
That's interesting.
There's like actual, I mean, there's actual studies that show that. Meaning, like, if you feel very gracious and you're grateful to be where you're at, right? You can't feel anxious at the same time. So if I have a presentation coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to feel less anxious if I'm grateful for the opportunity. So if you're
Ooh.
grateful to be somewhere and you're grateful for the opportunity and you're grateful in that moment, you're actually much less anxious about it.
That's interesting.
Look it up to double fact check me, but I'm 99% sure that's the case.
I mean, I feel like that makes sense.
Oh, there's been actual studies on
Yeah,
it, like
and
scientific
I feel
studies.
like I can also testify to that as well.
Yeah, I'm going to make a claim here so I'm protected for the rest of my life. If I ever say something, double check it. It's like when you give someone
That seems
it's like when you give someone life advice and you're like, but I don't know that.
But like realistically, I'm not the guy to ask. Like I always pull I'm just the drummer. Like I don't.
It's my favorite meme.
Like,
It's
what do you want? It's like I don't know. I just play drums.
Above my pay grade. It's my favorite. It's my favorite
grade.
meme. It's like when I add, but I don't know though at the end of my life advice in case my life advice ruins
Yeah,
their life.
I could write like a 4-page MLA style essay, and then end it with the shrug emoji. Just, I don't know.
But who knows though?
But like maybe not.
But
for
you do
like,
you.
I don't know. Yeah, but you do you. But like you live your life. Like don't let me tell you what to do.
How many napkins is too many to take from Chipotle?
From Chipotle?
Yeah.
However many you want.
As many as you want?
If you're gonna give me less on my burritos, dude, I am wha-bam! I'm taking the whole thing. I'm taking the whole thing. I need that in my room. Are you kidding me? I'm sitting in my room on my coffee table. Oh, I have to sneeze. Oh, what's this? My Chipotle napkin holder. Achoo. Toss it in the trash.
I keep a lot in my car.
Shamelessly.
I keep a lot in my car.
I haven't stolen anything from Chipotle. Yet.
Yet. I got free Chipotle last week.
Really?
Or 2 weeks ago.
Tell me about that.
Well, you know, I've told it before, but I went to Chipotle, EMU, got to the front of the line. Their system broke down. They go, "Do you have cash?" I said, "I do not." I won't comment on whether or not I actually did.
There's no point to that.
And I was like, I actually did have to leave because Aiden Macheski was outside. We were going to see Thunderbolts. And I said, I got to go. Like, what's the deal here? And they're like, you can just take it. I was like, yes.
Talk about luck.
Talk about luck.
Talk about luck.
And then the week after that, I got free Pegasus pizza because I went in at 9:15. They were closing early. I go, "Do you have extra pizza?" They're like, "Yeah, as long as I don't have to warm it up." I go, "Great." Give me 2.5 extra large pizzas
Did they give you 2.5 extra large pizzas
for free.
Seriously?
I wasn't lying.
But I mean, there's so the restaurant industry, dude. I mean, people would totally rather just like give something to somebody than throw it. I mean, if you didn't go in and grab that pizza, they'd throw it away.
And most people won't even ask for that. I was like, hey, can I get it? They're like, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Right place, right time.
Why not?
Why not?
Okay. I want to talk about scrutiny a little bit. Because you, my friend, got fucked for a while when you were president. You were getting annihilated for a good moment in time. For anyone listening,
It was interesting.
President Tripp was the president of my fraternity. I've had so many fraternity and sorority presidents on here.
People that put themselves out there.
Fraternity before Jack Hessel. And there was a good joke for a while that was impeach Sleepy Repp.
For a while, my brother, I started my presidency, and for the next 6 weeks, it was Sleepy Repp impeach Tripp.
It was
somebody
made flyers and put it throughout the house.
That was Declan.
That was
Declan, Dirk, and Mitch. That was Dirk and Mitch.
It was insane.
I actually think it was really funny. I want to put that on a hoodie. And
it is funny.
Yeah. Sorry.
How did you like find the balance between like, okay, this is funny, and this is also like disrespectful?
I found that in the people. I knew that I was close to Declan, and I wasn't as close to Mitch, but I knew that like Declan wouldn't be my friend and do this to my face if he wasn't like kidding about it. And like, Aiden Macheski, he would make jokes, but I also knew that Aiden Macheski was too far involved to like really mean that in a manner to be off-putting to me. He can think whatever he thinks. People think whatever they think behind the curtains, but knowing like the people that are saying things to me, it's like, okay, this is funny. And it did get to a point, honestly, and I would talk to Alex about it. I'd be like, dude, honestly, like I know a lot of people are saying this, and I'm keeping my head down. I'm keeping my head down because I was a sophomore president. I mean, I completely honestly didn't really trust my abilities to lead. I didn't know my team. I didn't know anybody on my team. I wouldn't say that I was like friends with people on my executive board before we actually started being on the executive board. And I think that pushing through that and showing people that like I can take some shit kind of helped me then turn to my team and be like, okay, like you all saw this. How are you? Like, how can I help you? Because it's like, I've been helping myself. Honestly, it was rough. You said you started this conversation like Tripp took some shit.
You did.
Yeah. And I mean, that didn't stop, but I think that continuing to just wake up in the morning and know that that day is going to go how I let it go really helped get me through that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about it recently, and I agree with you that it very much depends on who it's coming from. And then it also hits a point where it's like, I don't care who it's coming from, right? Where it's like, okay, like if Cam was talking shit about me, like when I'm like, okay, it's Cam. Cam's one of my best friends. Like, I get it. He means that as a joke. Like we do that all the time. If it was like a stranger at a bar, and then it's like, whoa.
Like, what did I do to you?
Yeah. Like, what are we doing here? Right? Like, you're totally right in that sense. But I'm also getting to a point now, which you also got to eventually with this whole Sleepy Repp thing, was like so silly. Just saying it like that is so silly.
I love it so much.
It's so silly. Just where it's like, okay, like I'm over it. Like at this point, it's not funny.
Yeah. My mom also was I mean, dude, come on. I'm 5'7" and my name is Tripp. Okay. I don't want to tell you about what my elementary school, middle school, and high school experience is like. But
way too much ammo.
My mom always, told me that I've got to be ready to take some shit, and what am I going to do about it? It's like, well, I can sit there, I can say some mean shit back. What's that going to get me? Nothing. That just sucks. It's like, okay, just eat it, right? And I eat it for a little bit, and I'd consult myself, and eventually it would get to a point where I would also kind of find it funny. And in the ability to laugh along with the joke, that kind of ends it because people aren't getting the reaction that they want. And then when it dies away, it comes back a second time, and it's like, okay, now we all think it's funny. Like Declan still has that photo on his phone, and he'll send it to me sometimes. I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I love that you still have that. In the moment, I was like, oh my God, like no one trusts me. This is the end of the world. Like I just started. I have to like be the role model for these guys. Like, oh my God, what's happening, bro? But being able to laugh and not take things so seriously.
Yeah.
Has been huge. Obviously take things seriously, recognizing there's a time for that, but being able to laugh.
Yeah. What's the weirdest time of day to eat a hard-boiled egg?
For dinner.
I disagree. That's a terrible take.
For dinner, because
that is not the weirdest time of day. It's like the second least weird.
Midnight snack.
That's better. That's better.
Am I getting hotter?
You're getting hotter.
Midnight snack, first date.
Okay. I'll raise you one. Movie theater. First date movie theater. Pulls out a hard-boiled, like snuck a hard-boiled egg.
Have you ever snuck a hard-boiled egg into a movie theater and
eaten it? No.
You feel like you have.
Not yet.
Not yet. We should have for the Minecraft movie. Chicken jockey.
Egg jockey. No, I feel like, what would be another weird time? I think morning, I would let it slide because eggs is just like a morning thing. And it's also like...
synonymous. Wake up in the morning, you have an egg.
Yeah. I feel like
for most people.
3 p.m. in class would be really weird.
Oh, dude, people that eat like exotic food in confined public spaces kind of just bug me.
Yeah.
Like, what are you pulling out your egg salad for?
Like you feel like they're like, why you?
Like you're eating an egg. No, it's like you're pulling out an egg salad sandwich, and we all are a part of it.
I mean, that's the same with tuna and beef jerky.
Beef jerky.
Beef jerky, you can smell that for a while.
Hide, but it smells good. It smells good though.
Beef jerky on a plane. I've had to, because that used to be
plane.
I used to like, they would sell it.
You can't. You're not getting out.
I've done that before.
Talk about Biscoff cookies on a plane. I eat those like nobody's business.
Those are good.
Yeah.
You get the little, the waffle ones that United has, like the little waffle. It's like a waffle wafer.
I'll have to try that.
They're good. It's like maple syrup. You like bite it. It's like,
I like that.
It's very nice.
I like that.
Tripp.
Nick.
Thank you for coming on. This has been really, really fun.
It's been a blast.
We have a new closing tradition on this podcast.
Okay.
In which I asked every guest, tell me your favorite story.
Oh, my favorite story.
Sorry. I love myself.
My favorite story is more of an experience that I had. It was spring break of either my junior or senior year of high school. God, I'm saying that like I'm so much older than I am.
Like it wasn't 3 years ago.
Yeah, like it wasn't just a couple years ago.
Spring break is a long time for us.
For us, yeah. Of my junior or senior year of high school. I think senior. Could be wrong. I was in Arizona with my parents. My sister's spring break didn't line up with ours because she was on a school that had the semesters, not trimesters, quarters. Either or.
He's getting there.
This stuff's hard, man. I'm a drummer. I'm just the drummer.
I'm just the drummer.
Anyways, we were at this little resort enjoying the sun, and it was nice. And okay, we're spending a lot of fun time with my parents. This is good. This is fun. We go to this little restaurant kind of alongside the golf course. It's like whatever, maybe like a country club style dinner. And at this restaurant, there's a group of 12 to 15 gentlemen who are all involved in some branch of the military, mostly Air Force, with a couple of them being in the Space Force. I actually thought that was really cool. And I knew who was in the Space Force because he was wearing jeans and a red velvet blazer with no shirt.
He was wanting to stand out.
He stood out. He also did have the pin on the lapel.
Wow.
It looked good. But we sit down for our meal. And at this time, it was definitely my senior year because I was still thinking about playing sports in college. And I was like, oh my gosh, like these guys were all in the Air Force. That's so cool. We sit down and my mom is like, you should go talk to them, see if any of them know anything about playing sports in college. And I was like, Mom, like what, they're in the Air Force. Like these guys don't care about, what sports like a little kid like me is going to play. Like, I don't want to go talk to these guys. And she was like, go talk to them. And I was like, I just don't really want to. And I'm kind of starting to get frustrated. It's like, I really don't want to do this right now. And my dad, who's a complete pacifist, he's like, Katie, like he's saying he doesn't want to. And my mom, whose dad was like a Texan and also in the military, was like, no, he is going to talk to these people and we're not leaving until he does. That's when my dad was kind of like, all right, like I just need to step back. You know, like I've been married to this lady for so long. Like I should have seen this coming. And we're sitting, and my mom and I are just like, she is just driving me to the point of insanity. And right as I'm about to completely crush out, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I literally have to talk to these people. Like I'm completely cornered. I'm completely cornered and here by myself. And so I stand my sorry ass up and I walk over to one of the dudes and I tap him on the shoulder. I say, excuse me, sir, I've noticed that you guys are all in the Air Force and I know that the Air Force has sports programs. I'm play baseball right now. I've been playing baseball my whole life. I'm curious what that opportunity looks like to play sports in college. He's like, oh, you're looking to play sports? And I was like, yeah, it's like what I just said. He's like, yo, everybody, this guy wants to play sports. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, oh my God.
I'm about to get jumped.
They all turned to me and were like, oh, I played soccer. I played rugby. I played baseball. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. And they were like this group of dudes who would, and probably have proven that they would defend our country on the drop of a hat, all turned to this little kid, oh my God, like 17, 18, like, oh my God, dude, like he wants to play sports. Like he wants to do this. Oh, that's so cool. I think that's so cool. Let me tell you about that because I want to tell you about that. I'm so glad you asked. And that moment was that, like, I think about that so often. That was my click that kind of just made me realize, like, holy shit. Like, people want to be talked to. Like, and people want to be talked to, and nonetheless, but people want to talk about themselves and talking about their experiences, and they want to be listened to. And I was ready to listen. And that is going to help create such a deep connection. And so I think about that so often anytime I'm in a situation where I have to do something I don't want to. And it's like, well, who else is going to do it? Me. It's me. I'm going to be the one to do this. And I do that so often now in things that aren't as important. It's like, well, who's going to do this? It's going to be me. It'll be things that I don't want to do. I don't want to go to the gym. Well, who's going to go to the gym for me? No one. Me. I have to go to the gym. And it's like, okay, well, what am I going to eat today? Oh, there's hot dogs downstairs. What should I eat? Well, I shouldn't eat hot dogs. I'm going to eat this because it's like, who's going to do it for me? It's going to be me. I have to do these things for myself. And having that confidence from that day has arguably changed my life completely.
Wow.
Thank you.
Phenomenal story. Tripp, thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you, Nick. This has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been the best. Everybody, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.